Hi, preschoolers. I want to talk to you about frogs and toads. We're learning about frogs. It's a kind of animal. And toads are another kind of animal. Sometimes people get them confused. First, let's look at this frog picture I drew. And I wrote some notes. Frogs like to live very close to the water. They have smooth skin and they like to make big hops or jumps when they move. And I'll show you the toad. I drew this picture too. Toads live on the land, so they'll go farther away from water. They have bumpy skin, see those bumps? And they like to walk or take small hops. I'll hold them both up. Frogs and toads. I have a book that has 3 frogs in it and 1 toad in it. Take a look. The title of the book is It's Mine. The words and pictures are by Leo Leone. All right, I'll read it to you. In the middle of Rainbow Pond, there was a small island. Smooth pebbles lined its beaches, and it was covered with ferns and leafy weeds. On the island lived 3 quarrelsome frogs named Milton, Rupert, and Lydia. They argued and argued from dawn until dusk. "Stay out of the pond," yelled Milton. "The water is mine." "Get off the island," shouted Rupert. "The earth is mine." "The air is mine," screamed Lydia as she leapt to catch a butterfly. And so it went. One day, a large toad appeared before them. "I live on the other side of the island," he said. "But I can hear you shouting, 'It's mine, it's mine, it's mine,' all day long. There is no peace because of your endless arguing. You can't go on like this." With that, the toad slowly turned around and walked away through the weeds. No sooner had he left them than Milton ran off with a large worm. The others hopped after him. "Worms are for everybody," they cried. But Milton croaked, "Not this one, it's mine." Suddenly, the sky darkened and a rumble of distant thunder circled the island. Rain filled the air and the water turned to mud. The island grew smaller and smaller as it was swallowed up by the rising flood. The frogs were scared. Desperately, they clung to the few slippery stones that still rose above the wild, dark water. But soon, these too began to disappear. What do you think will happen next? There was only one rock left, and there the frogs huddled, trembling from cold and fright. But they felt better now that they were together, sharing the same fears and hopes. Little by little, the flood subsided. That means the water went back to where it belonged. The rain fell gently and then stopped altogether. But look, the large rock that had saved them was not a rock at all. "You saved us," shouted the frogs when they recognized the toad. Together they leaped after the swarms of butterflies that filled the air. And later, when they rested in the weeds, they felt happy in a way they had never felt before. "Isn't it peaceful?" said Milton. "And isn't it beautiful?" said Rupert. "And you know what else?" said Lydia. "No, what?" the others asked. "It's ours." The end. Now, preschoolers, I have a question about our story. Where did the story happen? Pause the video if you want time to think. Ready? I'm hearing some good answers. The story happened on an island in the middle of a pond, and the name of the pond was Rainbow Pond. Good job, preschoolers. Thanks for listening to our story about frogs and toads. I'll see you again soon.